If we take a look at the left arm rankings at EVW, you have Devin above Kamil. Kamil is in 8th. Meanwhile, Devin is in 4th, even though Kamil beat Devin a couple years ago. Meanwhile, Kurdecha is in 5th. People are certainly disagreeing with that. If we looked in the Reddit comment section, Kurdecha, a guy top 5 with 0 win rate. Kurdecha is the only athlete with his privilege getting ranked higher each time he loses. So there was a suggestion of a correction to the rankings from Neil Pickpocket here that should be Vitaly, Morozov, Alijan Dadikyan, Kamil, Devin, Ivan, and then would have Kurdecha in 10th. And Zaranov, I guess, pushed off the rankings. So I tend to agree, considering Kamil has beat Devin. I don't know that Kurdecha should be above Alijan. I don't know if I agree with that. Or Kurdecha being above Ivan as well. And, yeah, I think Alijan should probably be higher. So it's interesting looking at the rankings because everyone has their own opinion on it for sure. Let's look at this match. I want to review this match between Vitaly and Kamil this was at King of the Table 11. I believe this was short notice for Kamil to accept this match, and he still did really well. And we know how strong Vitaly is after obviously watching his match with Devin, knowing that he is in his prime shape, number 1 in the world on the left, undeniable. So round 1, clean top roll. Kamil trying to get into that press. Vitaly apparently not happy that he's saying the shoulder was touching from Kamil, I suppose. It looks like his elbow kind of came off the back, but look at him tapping Kamil's shoulder. He was not happy.
We got Kamil Jablonski is in the match. A lot of people thought that right from the go.
Yeah, he's certainly in the match there. So they're giving the win. Second foul, I suppose that's shoulder touching his arm. Did they end up reviewing this call? Let's go to the next start here. Looks like the scoreboard is messed up, but we're just going to take a look at the action as far as what's happening. Vitaly trying to keep Kamil out of his press, but Kamil doing really, really good job. Imagine Kamil prepared for a match with Vitaly with a significant amount of time to prepare. We saw that Kamil avenged his loss against Michael Todd from 2 years ago on the right arm, so would be cool to see him on the left arm competing again soon. I know his left is known to be better than his right. I mean, his right obviously super impressive, but I mean, he famously beat Devin Larratt on the left arm. That was a good match. So that start, Vitaly completely able to keep Kamil out of his press and just top rolls him right to the pad. So that should be 1-0, I believe. Are they calling that the win? What are the referees doing here? They're taking their time to make a call. I don't know what is going on here.
But I think they give it a foul. So 1 win, 2 Vitaly letting.
Look at that. Is that a square shoulder position? If we look in the comments on this video, a lot of people are complaining that the starting position, shoulder position of Kamil is a joke. First round is a great example of why Larratt is always yelling at the refs. Takes crazy power to stop a hit from a guy starting with their shoulder across the table. Vitaly is one of the few capable of doing it. Yeah, it doesn't quite look like his shoulders are squared. But then again, I don't know. It's hard to see from the angle, I suppose. But yeah, it doesn't quite look square.
Look at the wrist. Kamil there.
But I mean, people are always going to complain either way. Shoulder. Why not just let Jablonski get on the table right away? There's a Russian comment there. Let's go to the next round, though. So I think Vitaly, it's 1-0. Let's check out the next round here. Yeah, that is, let's just look at the starting position here. Yeah, that's basically starting in a press for sure. But and you can see he's almost like kicking his own wrist back in the starting position. just so he can start to engage that flop. It's funny, he tapped Kamil's shoulder, but didn't even look like he squared his shoulder, and that they still start the match. Look at him tap his shoulder here. Watch this. He just does a little tap there. Doesn't even move his shoulder. Okay, that was a good hit. Kamil kind of able to get the start off, but Vitaly able to pull him out of position there. I imagine it's so hard for Vitaly to keep his elbow on the pad, just considering the table is built for regular-sized people, not an absolute monster like him. Especially when somebody's trying to come forward in a press, like to be able to keep his elbow on is not easy. But gets a clean top roll there. Let's go to the next round here. Round 3. Let's see the starting position. Okay, looks maybe like a false start. I can't see what if the ref said go already, but
This time, like last
He
round.
has.
Yeah.
He fired the rangefinder in the first round in the absolute opening stanza, but not sit.
so Kamil, you can see clearly gets the jump. Gets a really good position. Vitaly totally stretched out.
More importantly, the tax is on the arm.
It's all good. Vitaly's
Vitaly
calling
will
that
let
the man touched the shoulder, but I think it is Vitaly's hand that touched the shoulder. One foul. So
Hey, that same thing happened with Devin's match, where Vitaly's complaining about Devin's shoulder touching, but yeah, that's interesting.
Story there was that that's the position that he needs, and what he's proven to himself is that if he gets there, he's got the power to finish the match.
Okay. He has a running foul, and he won, and he got the restart.
Okay, so they're not giving him the win, which I don't know if I like that. I think that should be a win. I mean, so they're saying because Vitaly's hand touches his shoulder that should be a foul for Kamil. Like, I don't understand that rule. I just don't understand that rule. And that was another thing that happened with Devin's match with Vitaly, where Devin was trying to set into an inside move, an inside press, and I suppose that same thing was happening. Vitaly's hand was touching Devin's shoulder, and they're giving Devin the foul on that. I didn't quite like that call as well in that match. I'm not too sure about that. So they have to... They get a restart. Kamil gets a foul for that, even though he basically won that last round.
With a chink of daylight.
Waiting for the goal.
Big hit there. That's a massive foul.
Looks like Vitaly's elbow may have come off the back there.
And again,
What happened there?
well, Kamil's saying it was not centre, and
This is a sloppy match with a lot of fouls, but I'd like to see these guys run it back. I would really like to see Kamil have a rematch and see what he can do, because we saw that Devin was having some success when he committed inside against Vitaly, and Kamil, once he can get into that ridiculous press, there's not many people who can pull him out of that. I think stylistically, to beat him, like the hook, we saw that Dadakian could beat him with an explosive hook. I think Alajan might be able to beat him with a hook as well, but against the top roll, like, that's kind of suited towards Kamil's style, facing somebody who's just going outside.
big hit there. That's a massive foul.
So I'm not really sure who they call the foul on there. They call it on Kamil. I thought he had one foul. I guess this was a point in time where this was a 3-foul system at King of the Table, but somehow, even though I guess that was 2 fouls, maybe it was 3. So anyways, they give the match to Vitaly. Let's go to the 4th round. Let's see if we can get to the start here. So Vitaly gets a foul at some point. Kamil, I think, with a false start there. Kamil's got 2 fouls. Vitaly has 1. Vitaly just needs 1 more pin to win this match. And looks like a false start on Kamil, so he's going to lose the match because of a false start. That's unfortunate, but this is a close match. I mean, you saw that round, was it 3, where Kamil pinned him, but he still didn't get the win because Vitaly's hand touched his shoulder, I guess, which I just don't understand that rule, to be honest. Maybe I'm missing something on that, but let's look at the 5th round, because Kamil is able to pretty much gas out Vitaly and get him stretched out. And again, Vitaly has already won at this point, so there's no point for him to really try and injure himself or push too hard when he's already won the match. So Kamil wins round 5. Vitaly is complaining about something. Again, kind of a sloppy match with a lot of fouls. So it would be cool to see them run it back. I guess that's going to happen a lot when you have somebody who's like a flop presser versus somebody who's trying to keep them out of a flop with a top roll. Round 6. Kamil able to set the press in this round as well. So it's 4-2. Obviously, Vitaly won the match, but Kamil definitely is able to take away that he's in that match 100%. So would be cool to see them run it back. But obviously, we're going to see Morozov versus Alijan at the next event. And it seems like they're going to set up the winner of that to face Vitaly. So then what would be a good match for Kamil? I mean, he lost to Dadakyan, so that obviously sets him lower in the rankings. But maybe they set up Kamil with Devin on the left for a rematch, and then the winner of that will climb into the top 3. Maybe that'll be the next left arm match for Kamil. I'm not too sure. But let me know what you think about that match between him and Vitaly. Also, click the link in the description to buy tickets or save money on merchandise for EVW, and hit like and subscribe for more content, guys.